Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tech with Solutions. And in this video, I want to talk about why I think that Airbnbs can be one of the reasons that we get thrown into a recession, and a recession much worse than what we saw in 2008. So there are over 600,000 listings on Airbnb just within the United States and over 1.9 million overall. One of the crazy things about these listings is that some people have multiple hosts. And let's take Jessica as an example. Jessica has over 12 Airbnb listings and people are getting desperate. Check this out. It can fit over 12 guests, and it's only $95 a night. And there's so many more just like this. Jessica is one of few super hosts that really look like they're super screwed. So the reason that I find this to be so important is no one is traveling right now. Based off of where we were last year, flights are down 90%. Now, taking that into consideration, less people are booking Airbnbs as less people are traveling. So now we have people like Jessica with multiple different mortgages on multiple different listings that now are getting very desperate to rent out their Airbnb to make up their mortgage payment. And some of you guys might say, what about the forbearance? And this is a quick little definition of what that entails. Unfortunately, one of the setbacks from the forbearance is that you're going to have to pay it in a lump sum after the forbearance period is completed. Going back to 2008, we had many people that were easily qualifying for many properties because it was so easy to qualify. So now taking all these people from Airbnb that were using that rental income to then qualify for more properties, well, now we have, again, people like Jessica, just an example, that have multiple different listings and that will not be able to rent out the property because people aren't traveling. So one of two things can happen. They will either default from their mortgage and have to foreclose on the property, which isn't good, or they're going to list their properties for sale, which of course isn't good. And just for the cherry on top, prices are already dropping on Zillow. And you might be saying, well, why is then the stock market going up? One of the things that I did want to share with you is something that I found very interesting, and it's this little meme that I saw on Instagram. And I find the analogy to be pretty interesting. You know, we are seeing a quick recovery from the initial drop of what has been going on, but things are not getting better. Another example that I want to give you is dating back to the 2008 recession, unemployment was at about 11%. We are already at 6.6 million people, and we're expected to get up to 15%. So think about it. If you were someone that was making $75,000 a year, or a couple that was making $150,000 a year, let's say you were someone like Jessica that had multiple different listings, and now you can't rent out your Airbnb, therefore you can't afford to make that mortgage payment. So you're either gonna default or you're gonna try to list it for sale. There's gonna be a flood of listings, there's gonna be a flood of people defaulting from their loan. We already have one of the highest points of unemployment that we've ever seen before. And what does the government do about this? They hand out $1,200 to anyone that made under $75,000 a year, or $2,400 for a couple that made under $150,000 a year, which of course the taxpayers are just going to have to pay back later down the road. So now that I shared my thoughts, I wanted to ask for your guys' opinion. Taking into consideration of how many people have built a business out of this Airbnb and how many people began to qualify for properties that now they cannot simply afford because people are not renting out Airbnbs. Do you think that this could be the very beginning of a very, very poor recession? Let me know down in the comment section. Make sure that you guys share this video with someone that you think is in the market to potentially buy a property or to potentially buy a property, especially for Airbnb. I really hope that I earn your thumbs up throughout this video. Don't forget to subscribe. This is the perfect time to stay connected and get informed. We do run the largest Facebook group in the world for those who invest in the stock market, and it's absolutely for free. That's that first link down below. Turn on those post notifications, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy, team.